ke kgolwa hore motho le motho o na le power eo of healing himself or herself.
The second day in hospital, I had a dream about all my things. I can't do nothing.
People that have had a stroke, they need somewhere to go where they can be supported by the same people who've had the stroke as well. So they're all in the same boat.
I'm a saxophone player, musician, composer, conductor. I'm 64 years old. What's the musician is based on long hours, you know, of individual practice on your instrument. So now I play saxophone, I play piano, I play flute. You know, I've just started the clarinet, and all of them demand attention in terms of time, the time you give for it. I'm a terrible insomniac, akerobal. You know, my philosophy was always, the more hours you sleep, you might realize if you add them up, that you'd be sleeping half of your life. So that's been my life, you know, practice into the wee hours of the morning. Nekili studio ko Orlando East with a friend. I felt something because I understand Jorge. Nearly about 3 in the afternoon. So haki my left side, there was something funny. Left. I still drove myself home. I just sat on the couch, watched television. Hamsada khutla. Are man, king when ankaro wa hlotsa o. Ke right. Are wa hlotsa. I share. I can share. Sfatleo Saka had twisted to my right that way. About how? When I got a stroke. So she gave me a tablet, high blood. The next morning, Kayamonga King, who confirmed that I have a minor stroke. Then I was diagnosed with a very high BP and admit at the same time. You do see almost 5 to 6 months instrument. Very frustrating. Lucky, I'm a very positive person. You know, I started slowly, like taking the basics, like I'm a beginner. Went back to the gym. Nekiswima was saying, Kiswima will see you. So that helped me a great deal because I was starting to, you know, able to play now. Because imagine, as a musician. Luckily, I'm a composer and a conductor, so I could do those things. But my first love, kubapala music. Moto, unali power eo of healing himself or herself. Because if you accept Hore, ya letsogo le seo o dumela le tlo ba jwalo mara ha o gana gore ha letsogo la ka le tlo sebetsa and o le sebedisa ne ke sa kgone ho tshwara dintho ne di wa from my hand but a ka dumela gore e ntshwenye ntho eo le dijo di important ka gore o di prepare jwang dijo tsa hao o ja dijo tse nang le mafura letswai le ngata gore fortunately a re rate letswai mo ntlong letswai fela ranuka fela hanyane wa bo e seng gore everything will have salt ona re kentse letswai mo nameng more rising vegetables, anything else. That's why. I had to slow down. I had to slow down. I can say it's more computing. Ke go tla gore ke kgathetse ne ka itima computer no ka itima and sleep a ka itima boroko jwale ha se ke kutla gore ke a gona go bapala ka speed seo ne ke bapala ka sona. That's when I'm saying, oh no, careful jwale. You know, even my wife would say, yeah, you're getting stronger. I keep playing mechanics. Because I remember to waphila mos. Play me to sakai. Household more. You can't be saying, hey, whatever, if neki pila so ngabe akisi more. So you have to deal into this situation how at that time. Whatever what I can say to somebody on stroke, whether mild or serious, basically doubts so you can recover use of your body. Kunali batho ba shapilweng stroke and they were like written off, but they came back. They came back.
I'm 58 years old. I'm a stroke survivor. My mom and dad died. My mom in 1993, my dad in 1995. I've one brother. He died in 2001. He had a heart attack. My sisters, one is I'm living with the oldest one. I'm living here, and my other sister stays in UK, and the other one stays in Blackburn.
I am Susan van Kruijnberg. I am Johan Leroux's sister. He went to high school, a normal school life, and we were very loving to each other. When he went to the army, we were very sad that he had to go, and we wrote to him, and We always were glad when he came back for his break.
Yeah, my dreams is quite simple. I wanted a house and a car and wanted kids, but I didn't have kids. I had a job at African Products from 1984 till 2003. I was a supervisor. I looked after the people. African Products makes food. The day when I had a stroke, I was driving on the highway there by Eastgate. And then I had a stroke on my one arm and I pulled off. When what was happening, I just thought the stroke made me paralyzed. I couldn't think. I wasn't scared at all.
The day when Johan got a stroke, I was in Swaziland and I got a call from my aunt to say that he had a stroke and he was in hospital.
And I did all sorts of tests and the worse it went, the time went on, the worse it got. My arm was about 70%. I could use about 70% of it. At the end of four days, it was completely. My leg was also affected a little bit, and my speech was affected a lot.
I was very sad to hear that he had a stroke, but he recovered quickly. But we did go a few days afterwards to go see him.
I couldn't write. I could use it a bit, but after a while it got worse. I can't use it anymore. Well, as far as my memory didn't affect it. My speech is still bad, but it came a bit better when it went on. I think the smoking triggered the stroke. No, I don't smoke. I stopped smoking after the stroke in 2006. I haven't been smoking since. Yeah, I felt very alone and useless. Can't do anything. The second day in hospital, I had a dream about all my things. I can't do nothing. It was very painful at the stage.
I was feeling very sad for him, that he lost the use of his arm, and also it was bad for him because now he couldn't do things that he used to do. He, you know, that was his right arm that he used to write with, that he worked with and everything. And now he had to battle to get on his clothes. He had to learn how to do that. And even his leg was also not good. But after a while, his leg recovered, but his arm, he got physiotherapy and everything. But his arm didn't recover. His arm is paralyzed.
Financially, my other sister from the UK was helping. Then she said she can't manage it. My sister from Polokwane at that time, I moved there to Polokwane.
It was hard in the beginning for us three to provide for us three, but we survived.
I cried a lot, go to bed, lie there and think of all the troubles. It's very disappointing that I can't do the things that other people do.
With my brother living with us, he gained more confidence, and he got stronger, and he felt loved. And I think that is a good thing for him. And also we are very religious, and being religious, the Lord also provided, and provided for us so that we can provide for him. And I think that really helped him, because he's much better than he was.
Life goes on, you've got to do something about it.
My name is Neville Harvey. I'm 69 years of age and I live here in Johannesburg. I got a stroke in the December of 2008. It occurred out of the blue. I was unaware of it, that I was even having a stroke. We had some dinner and I was getting up from the table to take the plates to the kitchen, and my left leg just collapsed underneath me and I sat back down in the chair. That was the stroke that I had. They took me to the Linksfield Hospital, where they had to confirm what type of stroke it was, whether it was hemorrhagic or it was a fatty deposit. They confirmed that it was a fatty deposit that had gone in, but not a hemorrhage. And then they had to wait for further tests. Six months prior to the stroke, I was fetching the maid for work that day, and coming home, my right eye went momentarily blind for about 5 seconds. Unbeknown to me, that was a TIA. That was the first warning sign. I was impending to have a stroke. And I discounted that because I was unaware of it. I was ignorant of the fact of what causes strokes and how they manifest themselves. The ischemic attack that I had was right side brain, which is left side body. This affected my complete left side, my left leg, my arm, as well as my facial muscles on the left-hand side. This in turn left me incapacitated because I was unable to walk, smile with difficulty, and unable to use my arm at all. I was off work for 6 months, but then I was put into retirement because they said that the climate in South Africa was not as good as it used to be. So they said all those people that were over 65 must now please retire. So I retired. After a stroke, there are other issues that come about. Your demeanor changes. Your whole outlook on life changes because it's a life-changing situation. You've now been from a fit person to an incapacitated person. So now you have to learn how to cope with it and live with what you have. Emotionally, it's devastating because you've now got to change your ideas of what life is all about. I had plans of what I was going to be doing with my retirement and what I was going to do after that, and places to go, things to see. But unfortunately, when you have a stroke, that goes out the window, or most of it goes out the window, because now you have to change your ideas about how you're going to cope with life. the emotional side of it does play a big role in your convalescence. It is extremely important for a person to have that support group because they're your backbone. They are your crutch.
My name is Sandra Colombik, and I'm the Stroke Aid Society's Manager and PRO Officer. People that have had a stroke, they need somewhere to go where they can be supported by the same people who've had the stroke as well. So they're all in the same boat. And what we do here, we give them confidence. Otherwise, if we leave them at home, they become isolated.
At the time of me leaving rehab, I was put in touch with a physiotherapist that would concentrate mainly on my arm, which was the item that required a lot more therapy. And the person that was the therapist was fortunately the chairman of this club.
We were very happy to meet Neville because I thought, what a gentleman. Having to be or have what he's gone through and have to come and tell us his story, it was amazing how he still copes. And I thought, what a good person to have in our group.
I believe I've become a better person. I've learned how to calm down because before I was always on edge. I was frustrated more than anything else because with a stroke comes a lot of frustration because you can't do the things that you always were able to do. So frustration tends to take over, and with frustration comes anger. So with the help of Stroke Aid, as well as my wife, we are able to work through these issues. And I find that being with the people here at Stroke Aid, it assists you in your calmness, and a calmness comes over you, and you feel that I'm okay now.
What we do is we do memory training. We play games so that they don't forget things. It's the same as memory training. We also do crafts, and this is just to help them with their mobility. Some people can't, some people who've had strokes don't have the use of, one of their arms, and it's difficult, especially as you get older. You think, in your twilight years that things are going to be a lot easier, but after stroke, it's not.
It is such a joy coming here because you're able to show people as well that there is ways and means of overcoming these problems.
Each person has changed since they've been coming to the support group. So they're helping each other all the time. They're probably thinking to themselves, well, so-and-so does this, I must do that. So they do that as well. And I find, because since Neville's arrived here, I find some of our members have become more relaxed and not as aggressive, because Neville's a really positive person.